It started with two-a-days in the heat of the summer, lifting weights, running sprints, two-a-days. The season dragged on, and finally the leaves began to turn. A chill could be sensed in the air, dew on the grass, breath coming out of a face mask. Teams fought and struggled and bled all year to get to this point. Now all they see is a road. Does it lead to the playoffs? Does it lead back home to a try next year? It's that time of year. And right now, it's Swami time. It is Swami time. What's up, Family Feud? Happy Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, Football Day, playoff crunch time for fantasy football teams. I know that was kind of serious starting out, wasn't it? But I get jacked up this time of year when it comes to football. I don't know what it is. It just brings it out in me. It's been a great season for our league. So happy with the state of the league and where everybody's at. We have 5 teams currently sitting at 6-5. When you talk about parity in the league or parity in any league, this league has it. We have teams fighting it out for a final playoff spot. We have teams fighting it out for division titles and first-round buys. We've got so much stuff going on. And actually, I haven't exactly looked at it, but I believe that we still have 9 teams fighting for one of the 6 playoff spots. Only team mathematically eliminated is the Horn Dogs at this point, but he will have a say in what happens coming down the stretch. Not going to be too long. I know football's coming up, and we all got turkey to eat. So I'm just going to get into the picks this week and knock them out, and wish everybody luck on that. First game we're going to start with is the Warrior Winos at He Hate Me. This is a big game. He Hate Me has put himself in a position, believe it or not, that I think if he wins his last 2 games and gets a little bit of help, he could get himself into the playoffs. He's going to have some high-scoring weeks because I do think it's going to come down to a points tiebreaker one way or another for that last playoff spot, but I wouldn't give up if I was Sap. He gets a nice bump, and we have some intrigue in this game with the Brandon Jacobs and Rashard Mendenhall trade. Jacobs was announced as the starter this week, and now the Winos have to go up against him as the starter against a Jacksonville team that can be run on. Mendenhall does get Buffalo. He should have a good game. I'm really liking He Hate Me's team. It's really come together. Des Bryant has been a major lift. Percy Harvin could stay healthy. That's a really dynamic duo, wide receiver. Roethlisberger's been really tough at quarterback. But the Winos, with Phillip Rivers at the helm and Chris Johnson, and Colston is starting to come on like he always does with the late season push. I think Chris Johnson's going to be the difference in this game. I think Houston's defense is horrible. And as far as that goes, I do see the Winos taking this game, splashing some of the red stuff around. I'm going to pick the Winos by 5. Next game. This is a huge game. Could have been game of the week, but if it would have been in the same division, since it is not the same division, I'm just going to put it up there as a very high-ranking game. The Nerd Puppets at the Headbangers. The self-proclaimed juggernaut has actually willed himself into being a juggernaut, going over the century mark 3 weeks in a row. His team looks like the team to beat after knocking off the Triple T's last week. He is on a roll. The Nerd Puppets, nice little last-minute adjustment of Keelan Williams into the starting lineup. That's a huge benefit for the Nerd Puppets. Willis McGahee was a non-factor for this team. And with Peyton Manning and Adrian Peterson and Vincent Jackson now returning to this lineup with all the injuries in San Diego, this is a super strong squad. This is a great game. I really see this one coming down to the wire. I think it's probably going to be the highest scoring game of the week. I just think that there's a little bit too much headbangers right now. He's on a roll. I'm not going to pick against him while he has this going. Nerd Puppets could pull an upset here, but I'm not going to go against the headbangers while he's on a roll. So, in the mosh pit, at home, the headbangers take down the Nerd Puppets. I'm going to say headbangers by 2. Another dogfight. Horn Dogs at Triple T's. This was a bloodbath in the first week, 133-58. Triple T's over the Horn Dogs. Horn Dogs have some good matchups this week. Steven Jackson at Denver. Noshawn Moreno at St. Louis. Rest of the lineup, I'm not sure of. Triple T's really need this win. He's worked hard on it this week. Try to make sure he's got the lineup in. He's just going to stick with the studs and go with what he has. I see the Triple T's taking down this game by 11. Triple T's, dogs. That wasn't very good since they're both dogs, but this is a black and white dog, kind of like a Boston Terrier sort of dog. Anyway, Triple T's get that one. Crimson Rain at Chubby Chaser. Kind of a similar game to the Winos game. Crimson Rain, sitting at 6-5, has found himself all of a sudden fighting for a playoff spot. Chubby Chaser, the winner of 2 in a row, all of a sudden is back in the mix with Drew Brees coming on, Fred Jackson, Jamal Charles, Reggie Wayne, Santonio Holmes. Really want to commend Chubby on putting his team together and making some big-time acquisitions on the waiver wire to really solidify his team. He's done a great job of that, and his guys have really produced. Crimson, good play from his wide receivers, Dwayne Bowe, Andre Johnson. If that continues, this team will be tough. Bradshaw, we don't really know what's going to happen with him, with Jacobs coming in. I think Bradshaw's going to be fine, and Kyle Orton is just, he's been great all year. This is a really tough game to pick. I'm going to go with the home team in this one. Chubby Chasers, pull this one down. Chubby Chasers by 5. Thank you, Swami. No problem, Chubby. No problem. Get a win there, and you're right back in the mix of things. And in the game of the week, we're going to go with Blake's Gangstas at Orange Crush. 2 6-5 teams fighting for a bye, also fighting for their playoff lives to try to get in. So this is a really intriguing matchup, as it is a divisional game. Maurice Jones-Drew is really starting to heat up for the Gangsta. If McFadden can get back to his early season form, this will be a huge boost to the Gangsta. Brady is starting to hit his stride, and T.O. has been really studly as his #1 receiver. Sidney Rice is the wild card for his team. If he can produce anywhere like he did last year, the Gangsta is going to be sitting pretty. Crush has a huge blow to her lineup as she loses Hakeem Nicks for 3 weeks. It's really going to hurt her chances, as he is one of the, if not the top fantasy receiver in the game. She does plug in Manningham and did a good job handcuffing Nicks, so she had Manningham there. Mike Wallace was a fantastic trade for the Crush. She crushed the triple T's in that one. She made him look like the triple tits on that, because Wallace has been an absolute beast since the trade, and I see nothing but more of that from him as he gets Buffalo this week. The big question mark for the Crush is going to be Antonio Gates. He provides a huge advantage at that position. If he's able to go at his normal self, she's going to be fine. Eli Manning does get Jacksonville and Mario Manningham, and I think that they can surrender quite a few yards to there. I see this as a really good game. As game of the week, I think it's going to come down to the wire. But in the end, I think I see a little bit too much Gangsta and Maurice Jones-Drew here. The Gangsta pulls the drive-by. Boom. Wait a minute. I don't have to say boom. I can do this. Boom. As Gangsta takes down game of the week. Oh. Don't know what that was. That was DreamWorks. That just kind of jumped in there. Oh, DreamWorks. That's probably what everybody's going to be doing after they stuff themselves on turkeys. They're going to be in dreamland on the couch. Got 3 games today. Make sure you get your lineup set. Get your picks in. And happy Thanksgiving once again to everybody. I'm thankful for all you guys and my friends and family. And just hope everybody has a good one this week. I will see you on the flip side. Holiday Swami is out.